and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Wong Do gets it. Oh, we got contact. We got flips. We got big wrecks here going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's going to get to the bumper. Oh, just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Stickenis is going to win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series live on JTN from the desert here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. As always, I'm your host, JoeTowNetwork, and alongside me tonight, affectionately called the Weavatron, Mr. Joseph Weaver.
Howdy, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight. Hope everybody's ready for some hard racing here at this short track we got in the middle of the desert of Phoenix.
I think that's a fair... Is this a short track, Weaver? I guess you made your opinion known.
I call it a short track, personally.
We'll have to... Maybe that'll be our JTN fan poll of the night. Is Phoenix a short track? Maybe we'll go with that. Anyways, this is your Circle B Diecast race preview. Remember to use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. Of course, the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series. This is round 4 of the 2022 season here at the Phoenix Raceway. 1 mile around, 110 laps, 70 degrees and clear. Beautiful day here at the Diamond in the desert. I'm Joe. He's Joe. Just a couple goons up here in the booth tonight with Bristol, our producer, back in the truck. Can't thank you enough for tuning in. I see our good buddy John tuning in, Magoo's tuning in, Bomb Squad Racing Queen Kathy Voiles tuning in, and then Darren updating us on the March Madness happenings. Baylor losing to Oklahoma in the Big 12 tournament. So a lot of fun stuff going on right now in the wide world of sports. Can't thank you enough for tuning into JTN here on a Thursday night. Weaver, how did you keep up today? Keep up today on the March Madness? You a big Madness guy?
No, very lightly. I don't really get into it too much until the tournament starts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like to, because you know my bracketology theory is go in with as little information as possible because you never know what's going to happen.
So you like the numbers next to the team names?
Not even so much that I go with my gut. I pencil them in, and it's worked out sometimes. I've won some groups before.
Well, there's going to be a bunch of drivers trying to win out of this group tonight. We've talked about it through these first 3 races, really, about drivers wanting to start their seasons off right, and a guy that's done that has been KJ in that 029, winning the last 2 weeks out in California, then in Vegas. KJ has been on a tear, and tonight, after opening practice, it really seems like he and his entire team are raring to go here in Phoenix.
Yeah, there's something to be said about momentum in motorsports. You got it. You're going to try and keep hot, keep that momentum up. He's got 2 wins going into this race. He's going to be looking for a 3rd and keep that momentum going.
Going to keep that momentum going. Going to keep this broadcast going as qualifying has come to its end. We're going to get you through that starting lineup momentarily here. I'm going to do it tonight because Bristol said I don't do enough. So we'll get that starting lineup right off for you momentarily.
No, Joe, I think I just came up with a good idea.
What's that idea?
We're just going to shoot it live here. You know how sometimes booths get a name, right?
Uh-huh.
You got me and you up in the booth there. Everybody's getting their cup of Joe.
I like it. I like it. We're gonna put it on a t-shirt. That's what we're gonna do.
I think that'd be a great T-shirt.
Well, it's someone that loves some great t-shirts, and because he wears a JTN shirt, and he's off to a great start here tonight, is BSR Ricky J in the 193, going to roll off on the pole. To his outside is going to be the 66 of BSR Terry Scott. Row number 2, another guy that's been off to a hot start here, is BSR Greg Lovell in the 088, our Daytona winner, with Herman Reese lining up in the 73 Cadillac to his outside. Row number 3 going to be the 199 of BSR Mike Coulong, with BSR Keith MC in the 28, rolling off in 6th. Row 4, the 103 BSR Nelly, with BSR Silver Bullet in the number 4, rolling off in 8th. Rounding out your top 10 on row number 5 is the 144 of BSR Magoo, with Tim Huston in the 81 in 10th. Row number 6 going to be the 38 of BSR Sean, with the 028 of Monty Keller in 12th. 13th tonight is going to be the 022 of Jason San Diego, with, like we said, guy on a hot streak, BSR Kilojoules, lining up in position number 14. 15th is going to be Powers in the 55, and BSR Brain Fade in the 49. Going to roll off shotgun on the field in the 16th position. So a small field here tonight for some short track racing on a Thursday night. Weaver, going to be a fun time, no doubt, folks. Make sure, if you haven't already, you drop a like on the video and subscribe to us here on JTN. You don't want to miss a second of the action. Best way to make sure that you don't is to hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon to be notified anytime we go live.
Slowly creeping up on that 1,000 subscriber mark. You don't want to miss being part of that first 1,000.
You don't get anything special necessarily for being part of that first 1,000, but, you know.
But I believe it does get us a little closer to some giveaways, I heard.
It does, on our, and that's why you want to make sure you're following us on our Twitter and Facebook, because we're going to do a giveaway on each. So, hey.
Who doesn't like free things?
Not me. I love them. Half the stuff I have is free. There's that 029 kilojoules. KJ been off to a great start here this season. Always fast here out in the desert.
Gonna have some work to do starting deep in this field.
Hey, it's going to be interesting.
Short tracks can be a little hard to pass. They can be easy to pass for some. It all depends on your setup and how you're driving.
There's your JTN fan poll question of the night. Is Phoenix Raceway a short track? Answer what you think on that poll. Race is like a short track, isn't a short track by length, maybe, is the best way to put it, right?
I don't know. A mile, I'd say that's...
It's pretty short?
Yeah, it's a pretty short track. It definitely races like one, and I think that's what really matters.
Our outside pole sitter, BSR Terry Scott in the 66. Good. Another driver that's kind of been off to a good start here this season. And Weaver, how important is it to get off to that good start? You know, we're going to be, after tonight, 4 races in. Now we're going to start getting into the slums of the season. You get a little, maybe you get a little bogged down from time to time. What does it mean right now to, 4 weeks in, to be off to a good start like some of these guys that we've talked about here in the Open?
Well, it's really nice to give that buffer in case anything happens. You never know what can happen in a race. If something happens, you have a little cushion to fall back on, or maybe you're just not feeling it one night. You're just feeling off. It's always good to have something to fall back on. I like getting out to that hot start. Maybe it gives you some chance to experiment with how you're driving out there. Different races gives you some time to try new things. And you can really hit it hard when you get to the playoffs.
Well, and early on this year, we're going to hit some tracks that will hit later on in the year. Next week will be in Atlanta. So, obviously, Atlanta later on. The Phoenix Raceway is, of course, the second to last race of the year. Las Vegas, that we were at last week, later on in the fall. So, you're also, right now, if you could kind of build yourself up a little bit of a points gap, you can maybe use some of these upcoming races as not so much as test races, but you kind of get my drift, where you you could be a little more liberal, maybe with the calls, with the adjustments, with the big swings you take on the race car.
Yeah, always got to be building up that notebook of things that you use later in the season when it's really going to matter and you're trying to get that championship.
But all 16 of these drivers want out of tonight as a victory. As we get ready to go racing here from Phoenix. Dodge Charger pace car at the start of the grid, waiting for the rest of the field to line up as we wait for the most famous words in all of motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Did you hear the field get fired up here, Weaver? You got little goosebumps running over your arms, right? This is exciting, getting ready to go short track racing.
Always do. You've been waiting all day, waiting for this race to get underway, and you know when you hear those engines crank up, you're just moments away from getting that green flag dropped on the field.
Ricky J has been in a position to win every single race this year, but it's either been a mistake of his own or a mistake by another driver that has cost him a chance at victory. Last week it was getting loose off of turn number 2 late that handed the win over to Kilojoules in the 029. Ricky J going to look to get a good finish here tonight, if not a victory. You got BSR Terry Scott, who's been off to a good start here this season. He's going to line up in that 66 on the outside, and don't look now but Daytona winner Greg Lovell, who has also been off to a very hot start with 3 podium finishes to start the year, lines up in position number 3. Dodge Charger pace car comes down the pit lane. Ricky J with control of the field. We wait for that green flag to be displayed. There it is, and we're underway here from the Phoenix Raceway. Ready, Ricky J out to about a 2-car length lead coming off of turn number 2. Battle on for second. Terry Scott going to get it by virtue of the momentum coming off the corner. First battle further on back. Magoo to the inside of Silver Bullet for position.
Great start there by the 193 of Ricky J, pulling off to about a 3-4 car length gap here on the front stretch. Complete lap 1.
Keith MC looking to the inside of Mike Coulong. 199 way up there, sending some smoke. Going to be a logjam. 81 of Tim Huston going to get caught up behind driver 199. We're 3 wide through the dog leg. Weaver, these drivers already not afraid to fan it out here.
Now, that's one great thing about this racetrack. There's a lot of room. There's about 3 different lanes in the corners you can use, and about 17 you can use on through that dog leg. You can take it from wall to wall if you really wanted to.
Termin Reese starting to close the gap to Greg Lovell here in the 3rd position.
Seeing everybody get singled out here in the top 5, top 10 about. Everybody just getting their groove, finding their marks, hitting their marks. Gonna log some laps here early, figure out where their car is.
And here's your KJ update. Gonna pass 2 cars that time through the dog leg. I believe that's gonna move him. I might move him up inside, almost up inside the top 5. Oh, 7th or 8th.
I believe that'd be 8th position there for KJ.
He's
Got
closing.
through that big gaggle of cars in the back.
Now has some clean race check out in front of him. 199 to the inside of the 81.
Mike Coulon going to be looking to regain some spots. Qualified well, but had that little hiccup there through 1 and 2.
Back up front, positions 2 through 4 kind of closing in together. Ricky J holding a steady lead over these guys.
He's holding that gap. He isn't really expanding on it too much, though. Terry Scott holding still in second place, but he's got a lot of pressure from behind there from Greg Lavelle.
A level there in that 088 Texaco Ford. And has been off to such a great start here this year.
Caution is out. They had an incident towards the back of the field there.
Like this is just a little single car blooper.
Yeah, the 022 Jason San Diego just got a little loose going into turn one. Looks like he was trying to gather up the whole corner, and it finally went out from under him there.
So caution number 1 coming out on lap number 7, single car spin, Jason San Diego. All right, Weaver, here comes the field down the pit lane. Magoo, Mike Coulon going to stay out, but everyone else coming to get 4 fresh Goodyear Racing Eagles.
You see everybody coming in here early, a chance to check that tire wear, see where you're at on that first little short run. Chance to get 4 fresh tires, fill it full of Sunoco racing fuel here. Some tight pit boxes here at Phoenix, especially pitting around that curve. Hard to see your pit box sometimes.
Those crews are so good down there, they're invisible. They're working so fast. Race off the pit lane. Very close there between the 088 and 66. KJ going to get a couple spots. Other than that, everyone taking 4 tires.
Looks like Timon Sworn is going to give it to the 088 on that race off pit road for second there.
So great pit stop from the team. That's got to give you some extra confidence too, right? Early race, 4-tire pit stop, you get position on the pit lane.
Absolutely. There's one thing you don't want to do is lose positions on pit road, and if you gain positions, you're thanking the stars and you're calling up that crew chief, telling them, good job, tell the crew, good job, keep it up for the rest of this race. He's going to need that if he wants a chance to win this race.
Working caution number 1 on the night, working lap 9 of 110. Can't thank you enough for tuning in to JTN's coverage of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series. Make sure if you haven't already, you drop a like on the video and subscribe. Now it is lap 10. Can't thank you enough, as always, for all that support. It means so much to us. I know those words are kind of the same thing we say every single broadcast, but they couldn't be any closer to the truth. All your support out there has meant so much to us here. We're climbing towards that 1,000 subscribers, Weaver, and we just keep getting better. I think we have a little replay button now for when we're showing the replays. Felt that was probably going to be helpful for folks at home, and we keep improving. Got it. Some great new booth talent now too.
Yeah, I think that's all we can do is do our best to improve. Definitely not declining in any way, that's for sure.
That's why you got to get on board now, because we're still on that upward swing. Speaking of swings, baseball going to be back in a little under a month, so. Excited for baseball, Weaver?
I don't have a comment on the situation.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying, I woke up today, I saw baseball was back, and then I went to fill up, and gas was as high as I've ever paid. I think there's a correlation to be seen there.
Ricky J going to lead us back to green. Greg Lovell in second. Terry Scott, Herman Reese, and Nelly, your top 5. Don't look now. White, gold, and red Chevrolet back there in row number 3. That's KJ in the 029. Really good hot rod underneath them, already up to the 6th position after starting, 14th, 15th area, so KJ already making the trek up towards the front of the field.
Making that trek up, and this pit stop really helps him. If he was pushing those tires and he wasn't able to go in and get 4 fresh tires, be out there just on even rubber with the rest of the field.
Pace car going to make the hard left turn down the pit lane. Ricky J going to have control on the inside in that 193. 2 Mustangs on the front row. As we go back to green, lap 12 of 110.
Not the best of starts from that inside line there with the 66. Looked like he might have spun the tires a little bit.
Losing 2 positions there on the restart. KJ up 2. Herman Reese up into 3rd. KJ all over the bumper as driver number 73.
You're going to center around the outside here in 3 and 4, showing that he can really get it done anywhere with that car, side by side off turn 4.
Oh, made some contact with the wall. That doesn't mean anything though, right?
No, you're not going to get too much damage. You're going to be hitting that wall a lot this race.
Terry Scott holding off a hungry Nelly and Keith MC back there. A slide up the track that's going to allow Keith to get to the inside in that 28. Old Mac Daddy moving his way towards the front.
Tight race and going there through 3 and 4. Really flat corner. You saw there it's easy to drift up. Getting just a little bit too hot.
Back up front, Greg Lovell has been able to hold a closer gap than Terry Scott was able on that first green flag run, but Ricky J still leads, looks very comfortable doing it.
And Greg Lavelle there keeping close, giving him a lot to think of in his mirror right now.
Well, there's another, again, white, red, and gold car coming up there too behind them. Want to be a 3-person party here for the lead.
I ran a little high there on 1 and 2. Going to give KJ a look here, and the dog leg goes low.
I clipped the
side
wall
by
a little
side
bit.
going to 3.
Give the spot to KJ. He moves up into 2nd, continues the charge towards the front. So Kilojoules up into the 2nd position, and now it could become the Ricky J and KJ show once again.
Very strong cars. We've been talking about KJ making his run through the field, but Ricky's been up there at front, leading this field this whole race.
Would you rather have KJ's car and knowledge knowing that you can run up through the field, or Ricky's confidence with qualifying on pole and leading every lap so far under green?
I'm not too used to the whole running up front and qualifying first, so it'd be a little alien to me. I think I'd go with the run that KJ's on right now, start in the back and work my way up.
To be fair, though, you don't have many of those either.
I've done it a little more, one more so than the other.
Gotta keep him honest, gotta keep him humble up here in the booth.
Track like this, if I'm Ricky in that #1 spot right now, I can't be looking in my mirror too much. I know KJ's back there. I know he's close, but I need to be hitting my marks, running that line that I know is going to be the fastest around this track.
Well, and that...
Ran a,
I was gonna say, Weaver, that's the thing, like, it's not like this is, you know, a California or a Chicagoland where you have a bunch of different lanes you can run. Really, here at Phoenix, there's one lane, and it's as close to that yellow line on the bottom as you can get.
Yeah, and a track like this, short tracks, I really like to find that rhythm and get in that rhythm. Sometimes something gets me out that rhythm. It takes me 5-10 laps to get back in it. He runs a little wide there on 4, catches a little bit of the wall.
I was gonna say, Weaver, he got a little loose there coming off of 4.
Really pushing now. He's got a lot on his mind there.
Oh, car around. It's Monte Kello in the 028. That's gonna be caution number 2. Parked down here in turn 2. Mountain Dew Chevrolet around for the first time tonight. Let's get a replay. You saw it at the back of your screen. It's like, once again, just loose conditions down here into 1.
Yep, turns 1 and 2 here. One of the harder corners in NASCAR. Easy to get loose, hard to save. Everybody gets around him very well there. It's a little bit of front end damage, contact with the wall there, but it was a pretty low speed hit. Should be all right.
In your estimation, is that why they moved the start-finish line here?
I honestly couldn't tell you why they did that. Not a fan of that move personally.
It allowed Daniel Hemrick to win a championship, though.
You know,
And a
even
race.
good things can come from bad things.
Everyone coming down the pit lane here. Caution number 2, lap 21. Now going to be working lap 23. How much, we talked about KJ being able to run up through the field. Comes down the pit lane second, but has pit box all the way at the back of the grid. Is that going to affect him any?
I don't think so. And personally, at this track, I like pitting towards the back where that pit road's still straight. Like I said, when you coming around this curve, it kind of makes it a little harder. You can't see your pit box as easy. You can't see the cars coming in and out as easy.
Bunch of 4-tire stops. It's like Herman Reese going to get around Lovell for 3rd on the pit lane. Maybe not. Yes, he will. Keith MC up into 5th. Terry Scott, Nelly, Coulong, Huston, BSR, Sean. Good looking E-Cascadia Dodge. I say it every week, but every week it's true, so. And a good looking Stanley Tools Dodge right behind him. And Ben Powers. Well, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in tonight, and would like to remind you that we got more great racing coming up here on JTN, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies, because together we are better, always better when you're tuning in any night of the week to JTN. Next live broadcast is going to be this Saturday night, 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time, March the 12th, the USORL Cup Series. Weaver, I believe you're going to be doing some in-race reporting for us there in Talladega. Coverage beginning at, again, 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time for that one Saturday night. Then next Thursday, March the 17th, it's the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series live from Atlanta. Coverage beginning there at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Then March the 20th, the Fast Renegade Cup Series. Also heading down to the Peach State in the Atlanta Motor Speedway, 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time. Next Gen Racing this Sunday, March the 20th. Of course, all those races live only on JTN.
Yeah, Joe just left the shop earlier today. We got all the little JTN stickers plastered around the inside of that car. Got the camera installed. Gonna be fun time doing some racing and getting some reporting in. Last time I had that roll, it worked out pretty well for me. So,
you know, if you win though Saturday night, they're gonna say that it's rigged.
They can say it all they want. The trophy's still gonna be coming home to me.
Again, folks, those races all live here on JTN. You hit that bell icon, you'll be notified right when we go live. I'm going to be going back green, coming to lap 26 of 110. Just about a quarter of the way through tonight. Laps and time ticking off very quickly here tonight, Weaver. Getting some good little runs in here.
Yeah, I think this just helps our case of being a short track. You got a short lap out here, running them pretty quick.
Remember to vote in our JTN fan poll. Is Phoenix Raceway a short track? Currently, no is leading with 56% of the vote.
Interesting.
Voiles truck in 193. Ricky J with control here for the restart. Back down and away we go. And Weaver, was that a little wheel spin there for driver 193?
Looked like it might have been. Saw the 73 Herman Reese step out there so he wouldn't get into the back of him. Looks like he still gets it done through 1 and 2, but he's going to have a challenger here down low through the dog leg. KJ looking on him going into 3.
Down into turn 3, KJ with that bottom line. Ricky J gonna be able to try to keep the momentum up on the top. 193 loose there through the center. Gonna wash wide out by the wall. Give the lap to KJ, but Ricky J still there, hanging tough on the outside. Now gonna be moving into line. KJ with the lead for the first time tonight.
Tough pass there through 3 and 4. Got it done. Had some resistance there.
Well, you knew he wasn't going to make it easy, right?
No, you can't make it easy on him. You got to make him earn every spot he's got to get. He came through the field. Some may say it was a little easy, you know, going through those easier cars, but you get up through that top 5. Don't expect anybody to lay over for you.
Nobody's going to lay over for you here at Bomb Squad. Oh, the top 6 are really tight together right now this run. And Terry Scott, Mike Coulong, 7th and 8th, kind of sticking there with them, but maybe losing the back of this little choo-choo train that's going. How much, too, do you kind of use that car in front of you here on a short track, maybe compared to an intermediate?
I think a lot. I think on an intermediate, you might be looking more to stay out of their line, get some clean air on your front end. Here at a short track like this, you're going to want to follow them. You're going to want to follow that line, run the same line they're running, get better runs than they are, though. It's going to be the key.
It's going to make Ricky J maybe a little more dangerous if we get another restart or throughout the rest of this race, now that he's getting some time to run behind KJ.
Yeah, I think it's all stuff that he's going to be saving in the back of his mind for late in this race. If he gets a run, he's going to know what kind of line KJ likes to run. And know where he's going to be able to make that move.
Oh, and KJ getting the blinkies going.
Said he can't watch my line if he can't see me. Oh! One around back there.
That's old Mac Daddy Keith MC around off of turn number 4. Caution number 3 out. Has not been a good night for the cars with in the 20s.
No, the 28, Keith MC, they're getting loose off 4. Looks like he's going to have minimal damage. Everybody does a good job getting around him there.
And this again going to be one of those single car little bloopers. Looks like he just spun around getting the power back down coming off the corner.
Yeah, it's very easy to do. Like I said earlier, it's very flat through 3 and 4, and you're gassing it up. It's easy to spin those tires, light them up, and get around.
So you can't see. Let's look at the visor cam here because you have a good view of especially the steering wheel.
You know, here at Phoenix International Raceway, we talk about whether it's a short track or an intermediate. Something you can also discuss. I want to know your opinion, Joe. What's a good name for this? Because it's also a track that's been through a couple name changes recently.
Yeah, right now it's Phoenix Raceway, right? But it was Phoenix International. It was Jeff Gordon Raceway, ISM Raceway. The Jeff Gordon Raceway, definitely the worst name they had out here. Sure, I'll catch some flack for that, but
I know somebody who'll agree with you at least.
who would that be?
I believe old Davey Hazard's a big truther in the anti-Jeff Gordon.
I think he's just anti-Jeff Gordon fans.
I think it might be a little bit of both. You can't have one without the other.
I think he's still upset over those 5 times little upset comments from Texas all those years ago. What Davey's angry about. So working caution number 3 on the night. Once again, everyone coming down to get some fresh tires.
We've had these cautions. There've been some decent runs in between them, but they haven't been long runs. If I'm in one of these cars, I'm starting to ask my crew chief, maybe we shouldn't stay out one of these times in the hopes that, you know, there might be a caution not too long, get that track position.
Yeah. Or even maybe make that 2-tire call, right?
That is possible.
Like a
If it's a
good
short
little
enough run,
intermediate
come
step.
in, get 2.
Yeah.
Track like this, track position is very important.
.38 going to come down the pit lane, give back way to Ricky J, who won the race off pit road. So that number 1 pit stall paying off for the Voiles trucking team. As we get ready to go back, green flag race is going to be coming to lap 36 of 110. Weaver, what are you looking for this restart? Last time we saw a lot of wheel spin.
Yeah, if I'm that 193 of Ricky J, I'm being careful. I'm easing onto that throttle a little more, trying not to light him up, make sure I hit all my shifts. We played a big role in him getting past there. Didn't get that good drive like he wanted to.
And our good buddy Aussie Bill in chat also makes a good point. Three times pit, tires are going to be gone after 4 to 5 laps, so a good point there, but I still stand by it. Let's take a chance. Let's roll the dice. I know we left Vegas, but there's I'm sure there's I think there's gonna be a sports book built here in a couple of years at Phoenix Raceway. So let's take a chance. Ricky J with control here for the restart. Back down and away we go. And KJ, a little bit of a jump there on the outside. Did you see that too, Weaver?
Yeah, definitely looked like he might have got on the gas just a little bit soon there. Be interesting to see if anything comes of that.
Ricky J going to be driving like a madman here on the new tires, closing the gap to the back bumper. Now, too, that's the first time Ricky J came down the pit lane without the lead, right? So maybe thinking of some different adjustments to make in the dirty air.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Now on for the 5th position, Nelly to the inside of Monty Keller. Keller, of course, spun on lap 21, so rallying now up into 6th, or falls back to 6th, behind Nelly. A good rally there for driver 028.
Battle there for 5th, gave these top 4 a clean breakaway here.
Ooh, Monty's way up near the wall. Weaver, that always has scary moment written all over it.
It looks like he got out of it. He did get a little bit of contact there coming off 4. A little harder than we've seen all night just from the regular contact. Still looks strong.
I think that was just one of those cases of maybe missing your line.
Yeah, you know, we just seen him got past the lap before. Like I said, you got to find that rhythm, get in that groove. He might not have been in that groove.
Rain Fade gonna get let Silver Bullet down to the inside. Not gonna put up too much of a fight. Let me tell you, the Dodge Dart, underrated race car. Remember back in the days when the boys were driving the darts?
Not too well. No, but that one might be just you, Joe.
Over at Fast?
Oh, you know, I now that you say, I remember a Skull Candy car, I believe.
No, that wasn't me. I never ran a dart.
You did? I thought you did for about a season.
I got a Charger.
Ah,
I did before those dart templates came out.
Hmm. think about the time they switched to Dodge was the time I switched to the Dart. I switched to Toyota from the Dodge.
You became a TRD driver.
Yeah, you know, you just got to go where the money is.
That's what a lot of teams say nowadays instead of the drivers, right? You're getting a little loose there through 3 and 4. Herman Reese getting loose off the corner. Big time save there from driver 73. Going to lose some ground and probably burn those tires off a little bit, but Herman heard him down in the garage area talking with his team. Didn't feel too confident. They came to the track without really a good grip on what the track conditions were going to be like, but obviously top 5 car right now, and the driver always a threat to win, so good combination there. That's, you know, we get that late race caution that can maybe throw the kitchen sink at it, make an adjustment, and get a good finish out of the night.
Yeah, I can definitely tell he's been adapting well. He's been running up front here. Pretty strong all afternoon. Back a little bit now, but still holding in that spot. Saw the top 4 breakaway. Now it's the top 3 breakaway.
One by one, they're dropping, right?
In there, I think Greg Lavelle's doing a pretty good job holding right now. Looks like Herman might even be catching up a little bit.
How much of that is clean track for driver 73?
You know, it could be a little bit. There is also the slightest bit of draft help that you can get here going down this straightaway.
I thought it was a short track. You can get draft help at a short track?
You can get draft help anywhere you go. I know you're a big college guy. You've seen those Formula SAE teams. They even run the big wings and stuff, so they can get aero help.
Aero is important, man. Aero is important.
They didn't put fenders on these cars by mistake.
Well, if we put big wings on the front of them, they'd be more aerodynamic, so.
Have the Hill Climb Racing Series.
All right. Big monster truck tires. The Baja teams. It'd be really good for that mountain up there at Rattlesnake. What is it, Rattlesnake Hill?
I believe so. That's where a good bit of fans go and watch the race from up there, I hear.
Yeah, I don't know. They said that all the rattlesnakes are gone, but I don't trust them, you know? I'm a big snake guy.
As long as they call it Rattlesnake Hill, you can't trust it.
I'll go sit down in what's turn 3 and 4 now. 1 and 2 here tonight.
See Greg Lavelle there in third. It is starting to fall off from those top 2 a little bit.
And this is what we've kind of seen through these first 2 races, is Lovell and this 088 team. They don't have the same long run pace as Ricky J and KJ, because these 3 have been the class of the field throughout the first 4 weeks. But Lovell has not been afraid to do that short pit, to pit 2 or 3 laps before these guys, to maybe gain some track position on them, and then kind of put himself in a position where if there's a caution and everyone has to come back down the pit lane, he's going to be coming down with the lead and some preferential treatment onto the pit road.
Yeah, and that might just be your driver saying, hey, I know I'm quick, I know I'm fast, but, I'm just not right there with those guys. I'm not right there with Ricky or KJ. So it's good to go on a separate strategy, do something different, give you a chance to get that advantage.
Danny Hardy tuning in. Evening, Danny. Glad to see you tuned in here tonight. Danny's got some good content too. If you folks out there are looking for more Bomb Squad action with the trucks occasionally and the Xfinity cars occasionally. Some good sim racing content.
That's that father-son sim racing. Am I remembering that correctly?
Correct.
Yeah.
I believe right here on YouTube.com now too.
Ah, I did not know they made the move to YouTube. I'm gonna have to go check them out over there.
Danny, if you don't get that subscription notice from a Lee Weaver YouTube account, I'll call him out. Why don't I have a sponsored car here? Well... I'm being honest. Yeah, I don't know. Weaver, why don't we have a sponsored car here?
I'm not sure. I think that's Bristol's department. He handles all the marketing, doesn't he?
He does. Bristol likes to save as much money for biscuits as he can, you know?
Oh, I see what it is.
He's a big McDonald's hamburger guy, too.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like some plain, though.
Interesting. I'll have to keep it in mind.
Keep that in mind. Well, any hamburger, any fast food hamburger. You know that 4 for 4 at Wendy's?
Yeah, you get him one.
Sometimes he gets one and he gets the nuggets and the hamburger. I will, Danny, I will.
KJ really pulling a gap here on Ricky, and they're both pulling a gap on Lavelle. Back to third. Gap's just continuing to increase every lap. I think my tongue's a little fatter today than it normally is or something. I just can't get the words out right.
You can really see the pace slowing down. You can hear it through the center of the corners. I mean, these guys all the way off the throttle now. So we know we're closing in on those pit stops.
Yeah, this track notoriously eats up these tires. You see them getting down in the 100, 110 area down in the corners, about 115 there through 3 and 4.
And getting loose coming off the corners. You saw Ricky J with a big moment there. Noticed more guys getting loose off of 4 compared to loose off of 2. Do you have a theory why that is?
Well, when you're coming off turn 4, it's a flatter corner. You're getting on the gas hard, and there's really nowhere to go. The wall really creeps up on you really quick, so you're really pulling that car down, steering it hard towards that apex, getting off the corner. You getting off turn 2 here, you can really wash up, bring that car up to that wall that's going away from you. You got the extra banking there, helps a lot as well. Just a little easier of an exit getting out of 2 than it is 4.
Yeah, you see the whole field coming through here. A lot of different lines and ways to take the exit of this corner, but I think the big thing right now is just now you're getting into that point of the run where you're managing your tires, right? You want to make this run as long as you can. You want to you maximize your tires for your fuel, right? I want to be able to go for my entire tank of gas. I want to make it so the crew chief's yelling at me to come down the pit lane because I'm not going to be able to make it around the next time. So you need to maximize your tire life to meet your fuel. And if you don't do that, by choice, you know, right? We talked about short pitting and the benefits to that. You're going to be able to run a lot faster for a couple laps than the rest of the field. But if you don't execute the game plan that you plan, and you end up making that late call to switch the strategies around, that's sometimes when you put yourself in a bind.
Absolutely. We see some people choosing to duck down pit road here. We talk about those people short pitting. Gonna get an undercut on some people who stays out.
Rainfade, Silver Bullet. Urban Reese, there's a lot of them coming down this time. Urban Reese, Nelly, Coulong, Keith Dempsey, Terry Scott, Huston, Monty Keller with the big run. BSR Sean. Pretty much everybody except our top 2 came down that time. Top 3.
Our leaders KJ, Ricky J still staying out.
Lovell gonna come down the pit lane this time. Danny's got a good point in chat too. You set your car up for turn 1, then your car kind of over-rotates in 3.
And you know, talking about that strategy, Joe, it's really hard to make a change, you know, mid-run, because you really need to be running that whole run with whatever intentions you have. If you're trying to save tires to go to that fuel tank, We see KJ and Ricky J coming in here. KJ a little
He was
fast
quick.
there on entrance. Just barely got to go down. We'll see if he gets a penalty there.
Kathy, I am not going to a rattlesnake roundup. That does not sound like fun.
I'm not a big fan of the snakes.
Not a big fan of snakes.
I don't mind them as long as they ain't venomous. If they're venomous, I'll let the professionals handle them.
Yeah, a decent amount of snakes down there in Florida, right?
A good bit, good bit. Not, thankfully, not too many venomous. More non-venomous than venomous, I would say.
KJ gonna extend his lead coming off the pit lane. My goodness.
Really good stop by that 029. Really good job getting on pit road here if he didn't end up with the black flag.
I mean, it was 2.6 seconds coming down. What is it now at, Weaver?
Last time around, have him at a 3.7.
So a whole second. I mean, that could all just be that entry, right?
Yeah, you know, you want to get in as quick as you can. Minimize that time that you're really running slow. You either end up with a good stop from your crew and you end up with a big lead like this, or you can even afford a mistake from the crew and lose some time there. You gain so much getting in. He is going to have to deal with some lap traffic here.
Bill, I know. You go down to Australia and what I think they say everything around you can kill you. But you're right, Weaver. I mean, a good stop, a good entry to pit lane can make up for maybe some mistakes by the crew. You know, the lug wrench jams, they miss the jack getting underneath the car, or it falls off the jack. You can kind of make up for some of those issues if you get that aggressive entry to the pit lane. It obviously also helps that KJ's got a super duper fast car here tonight. Puts 81 a lap down, but I mean, right now we got what, 10 cars on the lead lap still? Probably less than that. And KJ's got a bunch of clean track in front of him.
Bunch of clean track. Ricky J not really making too much of an advance here. Got the gap down to 3.5 that last time by. Got Greg Lavelle some 7.5 seconds behind the leader right now.
Rain fade to the inside of Tim Huston for position.
This is the last thing that Ricky J wants to be seeing at 193.
Well,
Lap car is too wide in front of him.
you also don't want a car here outside off these corners because I mean, again, shorter track. You want to get on the gas. You want to get the car all the way out next to that outside wall, rather. Get as much speed down these straightaways, and if you have that car to your outside, you lose what whole car width the track that you can kind of take advantage of on the exit.
You see how that hurt him lap before? He was a 3.4 seconds behind him. That time by 3.6.
And 0.2, folks, it might not sound like a lot, but tonight that is a lot of time.
Yeah, on a track shortages and at a time like this where your tires are the best they're going to be for this run, you really want to be hunting them down. You don't want to be giving up any time early in the run.
Well, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in to tonight's coverage of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series. KJ leads, coming to lap 73 of 110. Would like to remind you that we got a bunch of great races coming up here on JTN, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies, because together we're better. This Saturday night from Talladega, it's going to be the US ORL Cup Series, 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time, March the 12th. Then March 17th, next Thursday night, 1 week from tonight, Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series heads down to the Peach State in the Atlanta Motor Speedway, 9:05 p.m. Eastern for that one. Then it's the Fast Renegade Cup Series' turn from Atlanta, 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday night, March the 20th. Of course, all those races live only right here on JTN.
Fun races coming up. Lot to watch.
A lot to watch.
I think we're kind of in a downtime as far as TV goes. TV series all in that little spring break, getting ready for all the summer seasons to start up here later this month, beginning of next month, I believe.
You know what? Real quick, little tangent about that. NBC has a show called American Auto now. I don't know if you've seen it.
I have not.
Pretty good. But all the NBC shows, right, were off for like 2 or 3 weeks because of the Olympics. And now they're going into another break. It's like, come on, you know?
See, that's why I'm glad I'm blessed to live in the age of Hulu and Netflix and all those great streaming platforms where I can just go and watch TV shows on streaming whenever I feel like it and not have to worry about watching them on TV.
I mean, that's the crazy part about today, right? You got so much content at your fingertips. It's overwhelming that you don't. Then it's like, oh, I don't know what to watch because there's so much.
There's so much, and you know what? We're just adding to it here at JTN.
And you fine folks at home, you chose us, so we thank you for it.
It really shows what kind of competition we have to go up against.
But PSR showing a lap down.
AJ out here taking those laps off. Ricky J not really making too much time improvements. Not really falling off a whole lot either. Just kind of holding steady there in second place.
Now with KJ this far out in front, are you, if you're Ricky J, are you really considering now the short pit?
I think it's definitely something that he's going to have to look at. I mean, it would make sense because he has been running a little harder, I'd assume, to try and make up some of that time. Maybe pit 2-3 laps ahead. Get a couple laps where you're going to be quicker, make up some of that time. You never know what can happen on pit road there with KJ either. He might have a bad stop and might be right back up on the bumper of him within one stop. You know, we're getting down towards the thick of it here. Going to be coming up on lap 83 next time by. You're not really going to have to worry about pitting another time. You probably got one more stop. Not going to have a full run to the end there, so you can afford to, you know, sacrifice that long run speed for some short run by pitting early.
Well, and you know, maybe you throw a little bit of extra tape on the grill, right? I mean, these are things when you have a dominant car in a race like we have tonight with KJ. You have a car and driver combo that just seems like they're miles ahead of the field. You have to start thinking outside of the box, right?
Absolutely.
If you sit on your laurels and you just, all right, I'm gonna finish second, I'll accept that. Right now, with 30 laps to go, your only chance of maybe improving your position is him having an issue in front of you or someone else having an issue, late race restart. Maybe he makes a mistake on pit lane. Maybe your crew just does better on the pit lane, get you out first. You duel him on a restart. you can put the race more in your own hands if you make those aggressive calls, like adding some tape, like playing around with the short pitting idea. With all that being said, though, the way we know tires are here, I don't know if I want to have that speed later on in the run. You know, maybe I go as long as I can this time. If that's a couple laps further than he can, and hope that I get a caution, or I mean, those are your two options. You can't pit the same lap as him this time. You can't.
No, if I'm in that 193, I'm sitting on the box. I'm telling him we got it different. He can afford to. He's some 9 seconds ahead of the Greg Lavelle there in third, so he can really afford to go on a different strategy, do all that he can to get close to this KJ and give him a chance to win the race.
KJ's put Silver Bullet a lap down, so 8 cars of our 16 remain on the lead lap.
To me, with it being a short run towards the finish after you make this last pit stop, I think I want to come in. I definitely want to come in before this 029. I think he's going to be running out his fuel tank here. Yeah, I want to get as close as I can on fresh tires while he's still out there on his old tires.
Thought Ricky J was about to do the thing that time.
And there's something, you know, you pit, he's going to know that too, so you might only get one lap where you got those fresher tires. A lot of these drivers, you know, kind of splitting his last run here, coming in, getting their last stop in. At this point, everybody's really just racing who's around them unless we get a caution.
You're just kind of in this purgatory right now. Pit stops have begun. Herman Reese, 4th place car down on the pit lane. See Greg Lovell now coming down. See, I think KJ's going to come this time. I'm going to stay out another one. Let's see what Ricky J does. He's going to stay out another one. Yeah, I don't think Ricky's going to... I think he's going to go right down with them, Weaver. Contact. It looks like there was some contact maybe on the pit lane.
And that's another thing you got to be careful for when you're staying out like this. There's always a chance these guys have a wreck, have a caution coming out of pit road. You're on these fresh tires, are cold. The car can get loose pretty easily under these conditions.
See the replay there. Lovell going into his box. 199 Mike Coulon coming out of his box.
KJ and Ricky J both staying out that time around as well.
They're just mad lads right now. Alright, here comes KJ.
Standoff. Who's going to make the first move? It's KJ. Ricky J going to be slowing down and getting into pit road.
Ooh.
Coming in hot.
Well, he saw what KJ did last time. He said, maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll be a little more aggressive. KJ gonna take the lead with him down to the pit lane.
Coming into pits there, gap was 5.3 seconds. See if Ricky J can close that up any with this pit stop cycle. KJ leave pit road there. Ricky Johnson down and away.
And from a eyeball test, I don't think he closed the gap, Weaver.
First time around there, I had a 2.5 seconds to the gap. See if Ricky J puts some through the kitchen sink at it, see if he's got any adjustments he made to bring some speed out of her here.
Hey, you gotta have it now. You gotta have it now.
And no one's really ganged up here in front of KJ. All single file, not really that many in front of him as far as lap cars go. Not gonna get held up by them, hopefully.
Weaver, there just isn't much that we can do right now. I mean, like we said, dominant car. How many times have we seen this across motorsports in the last year? It feels like it just guy with a dominant car, just he runs away with it, and then the rest of the field they're just trying to catch up with him.
Yeah, and you know, and some out there will argue that's how it should be. If you bring the good car and you deserve to win, then you should be the one winning the races.
Yeah. Now, they don't care that they're making our jobs harder, right? Like to remind you folks, you can head on over to the JTN merch store now. Pick yourself up some JTN logo merch. We got it on coffee mugs, stickers, hoodies, t-shirts, you name it, we got it on the JTN merch store. A bunch of other options available for you too, including our JTN race car merch. If you like the commentary of this fella up here in the booth with me, Mr. Joseph Weaver, you can get one of his shirts. He's got a JTN shirt as well as the Weaver Rad Lad Racing shirt.
I got it on right now, Joe.
Do you really?
Yep.
Look at that. You can check all that out now, available again on the JTN merch store. Bunch of great stuff. Got a Keith MC shirt up there, old Mac Daddy. So, again, bunch of great stuff on there. Go check it out. Be a friend, tell a friend about our channel as well. It does so much to help support us. But if you have the extra means to do so, getting some stuff off of our merch store, it's a great way to help. This time at the line, it's going to be 10 laps to go. KJ just going to have to make 10 more circuits, 10 miles left in this one. It's your TWB 10 to go, and on behalf of Garden Lights Direct, I'd like to remind you that if you're in the need for some outdoor lighting, they got you covered from porches to patios and more. GardenLightsDirect.com is your home for all your outdoor lighting needs. Again, that's GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com here on your TWB 10 to go.
You can never have too many lights outside your house.
Let me tell you, it's fun to put some lights out on. I got a balcony in my apartment. Think about getting some of those lights. Might be kind of cool to have.
Just some string hanging lights. Yeah. I think that's a good look.
I'm right next to the door to the building, though. Facing the parking lot, so it's a little weird.
Everybody can see it and appreciate those great lights you get from GardenLightsDirect.com.
That's true. I'll put a little big sign up, too, right?
Yep.
Sure, the Bordeaux household will be very proud. KJ still with the lead, got around teammate. Will Mac Daddy Keith MC. Looking to make it a clean sweep here of the West Coast swing is driver 029. Good looking gold numbers on that car tonight, too. I don't think we really talked about it, but good shiny reflective gold numbers. Who says you can't do that in a 20-year-old video game? And if you're the crew chief, you're the spotter, you're just telling them, hey, take it easy. You got a big lead, right?
Yeah, definitely no reason to push it. You see Ricky J back, 7 seconds back, hasn't really lost any time, hasn't gained any time. Just go out here, hit your marks. Don't make any stupid mistakes. Hopefully nobody else does and it stays green bring home a win. Like you said, sweep this whole West Coast swing.
In third place is the 73 of Herman Reese. Got around Nelly a few laps ago. So Herman finally able to finish one of these races here with Bomb Squad this year. With a top, looking like going to be a top 5 finish.
And when you have a bad string of bad luck like that, all you're looking for is, you know, turn your luck around and getting a podium finish. There's no better way than that.
What's so cool about finishing on a podium?
Well, I feel like it's lost on the world of NASCAR, but I think it should be celebrated as it is in other forms of motorsports. We see it heavily celebrated on the F1 circuit, where all 3 of the podium drivers get to celebrate at the end with champagne and confetti. I just think it really makes, you know, winning, of course, is important. Everybody wants to win a race, but you celebrate the podium. It's so much work to even get to where you are, and then to finish top 3 is just, it needs to be celebrated more.
Let's just celebrate success, right?
Yeah, and
That's
that's
what we
really
should
what
do.
it is.
2 laps to go that time of the line. KJ, he'll see the white flag next time by.
Putting on a clinic, make no mistakes today. Started at the back, powered his way through, got some spots on pit road. One more time around to take that checkered flag for KJ.
He won out in California, started off California dreaming, rolled the dice last week in Las Vegas, took some gambles throughout the race and scored the jackpot and a big win. Now coming off of turn number 4, he's gonna survive the duel in the desert. Off of turn number 4, it's gonna be Kilojoules making it 3 for 3 here. He'll sweep the West Coast swing.
.193 of Wierky J gonna come home in second. The 73 of Herman Reese coming off turn 4, gonna round out your podium in third.
The dead heat to the line. Nelly gonna get 4th over Greg Lovell. And KJ, your victor, will burn it down here. For you, the fans, and the fans up in these stands. I'm going to go ahead and close our fan poll for the night. With 53% of the vote, Phoenix Raceway has officially been declared by JTN to not be a short track.
I'm gonna stick by my guns, but everybody has the right to their own opinion.
Well, we'll have to ask this guy if it's a short track or not. KJ, your winner, burns it down. Ricky J coming to give him a little congratulations. And he missed.
We'll give the wall a little congratulations to the Walls here, doing a great job keeping all these cars inside the racetrack, keeping the great fans inside and out safe.
Hey, a 3 caution night tonight too. Good race here after we got those initial spins. We went green from about lap 36, 37 through 110. So a great run by these drivers. They really need to be commended for that.
Some great racing tonight. You know, people, it ain't a super speedway race. It ain't Daytona. It ain't Talladega. But something to be respected about a good green run at a short track.
So KJ, your winner, going to get those results on your screen momentarily. We're going to talk with our top 3 drivers here from Phoenix. Does that sound like a good idea?
I think that's a great idea.
Let's go ahead and get these results on your screen first, folks. Let them kind of settle down, get their wits about them. get your results going. Sixteen drivers entered, 15 finished the race. Always good stats with that as well. Let's go ahead and start by bringing in our third place finisher, driver the number 73 Cadillac, Mr. Herman Reese. Herman, third place finish. It's got to feel good, though, to get a top 5 in one of these races. It's been a weird start to the year for you.
Yeah, 10-4. It was, I got here late. I didn't have anything. I was just telling the boys I had 2 laps on that setup. I tried probably 7, 8 setups. I had 2 laps on that setup after qualifying, pulled the tape off and went, and I kept adjusting it incorrectly, just getting looser and looser. So at the very end there, I went all the way back to the way I started the race, and that's the best it was. And I got lucky that the 088 had some issues in the pits, but all in all, good race. I was impressed that I was able to do what I did. Those guys, you just weren't going to touch the top 2. And KJ, he's been on a roll here at Phoenix this week.
Well, KJ's been on a roll the last couple of weeks, and a lot of very commendable run for you tonight, because we heard you earlier on in the night talking about, I don't have a setup, not confident. To pull a third place finish, that's got to feel really good. But take us through this race, because we have those cautions that kind of broke up the first 40 laps into 10 lap segments, and then we go a marathon green to the end. Did you have to change your mindset? Did you maybe, after we saw those early cautions and those early kind of 10 lap cycles, think, all right, well, this is what I got to do? Or were you able to quickly change that mindset to do that long green flag run?
Well, you always expect it at Phoenix. Something about this track, they always start off every race, a bunch of cautions, and you get that one really good long run, and you hope you don't get caught pitting too late or too soon. The early cautions, kind of how the truck race ran last night. So you run a little harder. I made some adjustments for that, and then when we ran longer, those adjustments seemed to hurt, and not in a way that you normally think. Normally you would figure you get tighter and slow down. I kept getting looser and looser, and like I said, I went back at the very end and put it back exactly how I started the race after tinkering with it each time again. So sometimes you think you're smarter, but I was keeping an eye on fuel. At one point, we thought we were going to get that fuel window in there like last night, and it didn't happen. But probably a good thing we didn't have that fuel run, because KJ would have lapped us, I think.
Well, it played out really good. Again, the podium finish tonight. Congratulations once again on that. But before we let you go, you're a constant pro at it. The floor is yours. Thank all those beautiful people that get you out here on the track.
Well, I want to thank you guys for putting on the show tonight. I think Brian may have been sponsoring this, and the Bomb Squad guys for inviting me over. I'm not necessarily a full-time guy here, but they always invite me over for a good time, and I'm kind of like a cousin to the group here, I'd say. And thanks again for making the Thursday night good. I hope it was a good long race for you guys and fun to watch.
It was a great race, and once again, congratulations, Herman. Thanks for talking with us after this one. I know you got a lot of racing on your slate, got a lot of other things on your slate too. Good luck with those. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
All right, thank you. Good night, guys.
Herman Reese, driver of the number 73, your third place finisher tonight from Phoenix. Go ahead and bring in, he's the driver of the number 193 Voiles Trucking Ford, Mr. Ricky J. Ricky, hey, we got a good finish, right?
Yes, we did. We came here and did what we had to do. We did not wreck this time, so that works out.
Well, I don't know if tough start's the right way to say it, but a weird start to the year, because you've shown a lot of speed, whether it be maybe mistakes of your own, mistakes of others that have kind of maybe grabbed a win or a good finish, good run away from you. What does it mean to kind of stop the bleeding here tonight from Phoenix getting the second place run?
Oh, it means a lot. It really does. As racers, we're always trying to find different things, to try to make our cars handle better, or to find something that we didn't know what was there just to make it better, just to find that much more speed. And sometimes, you don't make the right adjustments. It doesn't work out. And, an accident happens, but tonight we made some adjustments. It wasn't the fastest car in the world, but it wasn't a terrible car either. So we just held on there and got the most we could out of it, and it was fun.
Well, it was a fun race tonight. It was a fun watching you kind of scratching and clawing. What was there anything you could do to catch KJ, or was he just that dang good tonight?
He was definitely that dang good tonight. He gained more time on me probably from the pit stops than from race time itself. So I definitely could have done a little bit better than that. Just being cautious and making sure you don't blow out the tires from lockup on pit road, because they were getting pretty close. Just making sure that I can make it. Doesn't always mean you're going to be the winning car, but you're definitely going to do well. So overcautious may give you being overcautious might take a few wins away from you, but it ain't going to hurt in the long run if you stack up good finishes. So.
Hey, spoken like a defending series champion, if I'd say so myself. Ricky, congratulations once again on the second place run. Before we let you go, I know you got some very special people to thank, so the floor is yours.
Yep, thank you, Brian, Kathy, Voiles. Thank you, everyone here, for putting on the race, and all these guys in here. They're great guys. Love racing with them every single week. And thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Hi, Weaver. It's good to see different names in here. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoyed the race.
It was a fantastic race, Ricky. Congratulations once again on the second place run tonight, and can't wait to see what you and team do out next week at Atlanta. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Yeah, no problem. It's a long road ahead to catch up, but we're gonna go for it. We might fail, but
it's still early.
It's still a long season. I'm not gonna say I have to win every race just to catch up just yet. So you never know what could happen.
Hey, don't forget this, folks at home. This is the guy, I think he won 5 straight last year. So, you never, right? You never know. Ricky, thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
Ricky J, Jar the 193, your second place finisher here tonight. He's now in victory lane. He upgraded from, I believe, Busch Light to Stellar Artois. Driver of the 029. I guess that's what you can do when you have won 3 races in a row. KJ, congratulations on another victory here to start the year.
Yeah, Joe, I figured I was going for 3 in a row. I'd bring out the gold-plated car this week. It's usually a bad luck car, so I was kind of nervous, but she delivered tonight.
Hey, let's start by starting at the back tonight. Weaver kind of brought it up that, that was kind of a guaranteed, maybe having a pit box on the straight part of the front straightaway instead of being one of the guys in the turn. Did that play anything into it? Did you have to start at the back? Like, what was there any rationale to that? And then how was it trying to get driving the car up through the field? Because it seems like you were able to kind of slice and dice your way through.
Honestly, Joe, that was the only mistake I made all night was in qualifying. I went down in the corner and I missed the entry and spun out. So I didn't want to start back there, but the pit road thing, like you're talking about, it's better to start in that part of the pit road and before you get to the corner, unless you get the first pit stall. If you're not that first pit stall, the angles you pit, it's hard to get out sometimes when people pull in. So it didn't hurt me to have that last pit box or towards the back of the pit road there. But it kind of helped me a little bit. I got straight in and straight out. So it was all right. I mean, it didn't really hurt me a little bit. Ricky beat me off pit road that one time because he had the first box. But other than that, I didn't want to be back there, but it kind of happened. The car was really good tonight. I could drive it anywhere I wanted to. I think I passed on the restart on the high side. I went to the bottom. I kind of went to the apron once. The car was just great all night. It was good on fresh tires, good on old tires. I could run it hard, and it wouldn't go to junk at the end of the run. You don't get a car like that very often, so I didn't want to screw it up. When I got that big lead with Ricky there, I just kind of paced him. I didn't want him catching me, but I didn't want to take a chance of wrecking. Like I said, when you get a car like that, you just don't want to mess it up.
They say when you stink up the show, you want to keep stinking it up.
Yeah, I heard you. Sorry for putting on a bad show right there.
No, you didn't.
I heard y'all talking.
You just make our job harder. We got to go more into our souls about what we talk about. But KJ, I mean, it's 3 in a row here to start the year. That gives you obviously a lot of momentum off the rip. I know last year it seemed like you and team maybe were plagued by some inconsistencies through those summer months. To start off the year like this, do you think this is really what's going to set the tone for you as we start to move throughout the spring, move into the summer, and then obviously move towards that championship chase, for lack of a better way to describe it, there over the fall months?
Well, honestly, Joe, I haven't ran a full season in years. The off season here, I kind of worked on some wheel settings and adjusted some stuff, and I kind of made a commitment to, take the races more seriously. And I'm going to attempt to race the whole season this year. I kind of figured I'd get out of the box. Daytona was the kind of iffy because my track record there.
Right.
But these three tracks here, they're kind of what I like. The next couple of tracks are kind of what I like, and then we go to some tracks that it could be hit or miss on me. I knew I had a good chance of winning here. Vegas was kind of like, I got a little bit of luck with that one, but the car wasn't the best, but I won. And California, I got a good car there. So I knew I would start out pretty good. I didn't think it would be this good. Just hopefully I can keep it rolling until next week, because I think Atlanta's next week, and I'm usually pretty good at Atlanta, and then we got a road course coming up.
Atlanta next week and Lime Rock the week after. But KJ, for now, you're a 3 straight race winner. Congratulations once again on the victory here tonight. Obviously, the successful West Coast swing didn't tear up any cars, so you get to bring them all back to the shop. Don't have to worry about part shortages. But before we let you go, you're a pro. Floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, speaking of that, I told Ricky not to touch my car after the race. I didn't want to damage it because it's going to the same. I'm using that one next week. It was so good. But thank you, and thank you guys here in the booth, JTN, for broadcasting the race. That was really fun. Phoenix is a driver's track. There's so many different ways you can drive these corners, and I heard you mention that too. It's a speedway that races like a short track to me. You got to set the guy up to pass. There's no just running around through the corners. You got to set him up to pass him. So to me, it's a short track disguised as a speedway.
Well, real quick, we had a fan vote tonight whether it was a speedway or a short track. What would your vote have been for that one?
I would say it's a short track. To me, it races more like a short track than a speedway. So I would say short track.
I think you got the support of the booth on that one, but
you do. Not
okay,
the fans,
good.
Though. Not the fans.
Well, if we all think alike, we all got it right then. So that's all that matters.
Exactly.
But also want to thank Magoo and all the admins here at BSR for, as always, putting the lead together and the series together and being here every night and doing all the things they do that, people don't notice. Brian and Kathy Voiles and Voiles Trucking for sponsoring the races here on Thursday night. Appreciate everything they do. Like everybody else, Brian popped on here for a couple minutes a while ago, but he ain't been around much lately because he's been busy. So thank you, Brian and Kathy. Ricky made me work for a little bit tonight. He had a good car. Like he said earlier in his interview, the pit road kind of was his doom. I kind of killed him on pit road a little bit. The other guys, Keith had an okay night, and Matt, he got a little behind on pit stops, and that kind of what happened to him. But the team had a good race tonight. PPR2 showed up. We ran really well. My wife and my mother both texted me, good win, when the race was over. So I know they watched. So thank you guys for watching. And I think that's it, Joe.
Hey, now you got to go celebrate. It's not it for you. It's it for us. But KJ, once again, congratulations on the victory here tonight. Thank you so much, as always, for talking with us after these ones. And good luck next week trying to make it 4 in a row from the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
All right. Thank you, guys.
BSR Kilojoules, KJ, your winner here tonight from the Phoenix Raceway. Well, Weaver, that was a pretty good little Bomb Squad show, huh?
Had a good race, and I hope everybody enjoyed their cup of Joe. Hope everybody gets ready for some more hard racing coming up. I think Saturday's our next race.
Saturday going to be from Talladega. You're going to be in that one. I'll have Ricky up here in the booth with me. Going to be a fun time there with the USORL. We'll be back with Bomb Squad Racing next Thursday. Tommy will be back in the booth for that one from Atlanta. So, like you said, I mean, a lot of great racing coming up and a lot of great racing here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Good race. Saw a very strong car, dominant car, got the win. Still a fun race to watch, in my opinion. Always a fun track to watch here at Phoenix.
Always a fun track to watch. Always a fun race to watch. That pretty much describes every race here on JTN, so that's why you want to make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of the action. You can also follow us on Twitter at JoeTowNetwork, Facebook, JoeTowNetwork, TikTok, JoeTowNetwork. I mean, it's that simple. We got those all linked down in the video description below. If you want to find out how you can join Bomb Squad Racing, you head on over to bombsquadracing.net. got their link also in our video description. With all that being said, cannot thank all the admins here at Bomb Squad enough. Cannot thank Brian and Kathy Voiles Trucking for their sponsorship and presentation of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series right here on JTN. With all that being said, though, for Bristol, our producer, for Joseph Weaver, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the trial. Whitehill in through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the ride and they're wrecking behind him. The cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down. It doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Bordeaux.
Oh, the contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy wins the ride.